Welcome to Learn Divine Music. This is your music theory teacher, Miss Vine. Welcome to the video. Lesson 5. The Circle of Fifths. What is the Circle of Fifths? The Circle of Fifths is a visualization of all major and minor keys. Major keys are on the outer part of the circle and minor on the inner circle. To create the circle of fifths, you need to understand the movement in which the circle goes round. So for major, which as I've mentioned is the outer circle, we move up in the perfect fifth clockwise. We will create the circle of fifths together, starting on C. From C, we move 5 steps. This gets us to G. From G, we move another 5 steps. This gets us to D. From D, we move another 5 steps. Which gets us to A. From A, we move another 5 steps. Which gets us to E. From A, we move another 5 steps. Which gets us to B. From B, we move another 5 steps. Which will get us to G flat. You will find out soon why it's G flat and not F sharp. Moving on, we will move from G flat another 5 steps. Which will get us to D flat. Then we move another 5 steps. Which will get us to A flat. The reason why we discuss it as flats and not sharps for the circle of fifths is because of the fact that for A flat specifically, the notes in G sharp, which is the other alternative, which, like I said, we usually talk about sharps when discussing major, for A flat / G sharp has a recurring G and G sharp, which when discussing a scale or even the circle of fifths, you do not want the notes to reoccur because that makes it more confusing when discussing your scale. Moving from A flat, we'll move 5 more steps. Which will get us to E flat. From E flat, we will move another 5 steps. Which will get us to B flat. From B flat, we will move another 5 steps. Which will get us to F. And finally another 5 steps from F. Which will get us back to C. To work out the inner part of the circle of fifths, we rotate the outer layer, aka the circle of fifths we've just worked out, and we rotate it 3 steps to the left. From here we can work out what chords are in the key and how we can use the circle of fifths. So as a reminder, the circle in order would be C, G, D, A, E, B, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, and F. For the minor aspect of the circle of fifths, it would be A minor, E minor, B minor, G flat minor, D flat minor, A flat minor, E flat minor, B flat minor, F minor, C minor, G minor, D minor, and back to A minor. This completes the circle of fifths. However, now that you know how to create the circle of fifths, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the circle of fifths, which isn't as easy as simply creating it. To use the circle of fifths, you need to create a certain shape. This shape would look like this. This shape will help you understand what chords will be in your key. For example, I have highlighted the C major scale, aka the C major key. The outer notes, which are F, C and G, are your major keys. D minor, A minor and E minor are your minor keys. You will notice that B diminished is on its own at the side. That is because it isn't B minor, it's B diminished. We work out the diminished chord using the circle of fifths by it being the minor chord to the right of the shape that I have shown you. You will find when you work inside out, you will find the minor variant, whereas if you were to do it from the outer going in, it would be the major variant. D minor, for example, the chords would be D minor, G minor, A minor, B flat major, F major, C major, and E diminished, because it would typically be E minor, but we diminish it as it is the seventh chord. The chords in order for D minor would be D minor as 1, E minor / E diminished as 2, F major as 3, G minor as 4, A minor as 5, the perfect fifth, B flat major as 6th, and C major as 7th. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.